lesson comes from Matthew chapter 28, verses 16 to 20. This takes place after the resurrection. Now the 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountains to which Jesus had directed them. And when they saw him, they worshipped him, but some doubted. And Jesus came and said to them, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you always, to the end of the age." May God bless the reading of this holy word.
Thanks be to God. So we've come to the end of the summer. Can you believe that the calendar says September? And so this morning, as the last in our video series, we now know how to do this, right? And so we'll work on incorporating some video clips as we go forward, but yeah, you're going to have to listen to a little bit more of me come next week. Anyway, as we think about this passage and what it means to make disciples of all nations, we present to you one interpretation of what it means to go on mission. Think about, is this what God intended? And if not, why not? And if maybe, why?
Hi guys, Quinn and Kylie here. We are so excited to announce our next trip.
It's a mission trip.
Our next mission trip. We are going to serve humbly the scuba instructors here in Aruba.
We're so honored.
So honored. A lot of you guys have asked, why Aruba?
Yeah, we actually came here on our honeymoon.
Yeah, we were out on the pier having the sunset dinner. I was about to pick up the lobster and dip it in the butter. We just looked at each other. We just felt like God had called us
For such a time as this. We've had so many God moments while being here.
Believe.
The Cabana Boys.
Oh, the golf caddy.
Yeah, the parasail guys.
I had a heart-to-heart conversation with the guy I rent the jet skis from.
People want to hear about that.
So good. When moments like that, we just know that we're here for a purpose.
Yes, for sure.
We can relate to missionaries all over the world, and we say it hasn't been without its share of persecution.
Yeah, like last week we were prepping to do this scuba dive, and I was wearing my cross necklace like I always do.
Tell them what the instructor said to you.
And the instructor looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Ma'am, you need to take that necklace off."
Take it off.
And I said, "I will not. I will stand for what I believe in."
I mean, Satan.
Right, but come to find out, the necklace actually would block the airflow of the mask, so I had to take it off.
It makes it. He was helping you, but at the time we did feel
I felt attacked.
persecuted. Honestly, I feel like a lot of what we're doing down here, babe, is planting seeds. We haven't seen much harvest, but we know that the Lord's at work.
It's kind of like we're a living version of footprints in the sand.
Except 2 sets of footprints have turned into 0. That's where we lay down.
Lord's celebrating. Like the other day, I was shopping for some supporter gifts for all of you. I was looking at these keychains made by real orphans, and I was about to take a moment with the cashier.
And you were going to witness to her.
I was going to witness to her, but we had dinner reservations.
Yeah, it was not the right time. But if you got timing, wherever we go, in the shops, at the car dealership, we wear the WWJD bracelets.
I actually lost mine.
Anyway, we just want to ask that you would partner with us and invest with us here in Aruba long term.
Long term, but really for only 3 months, because after that it's rainy season and my hair gets frizzy, so.
Okay, we feel like maybe after 3 months, God is maybe going to transition us out of Aruba.
Don't spoil it.
And we're going to be witnessing to the wine connoisseurs and vineyard owners of Tuscany.
But that's another video and another outfit. I'm going to finish my Pinterest board.
We need to be here and now. I talked with our accountant. All we need is $10,000 a month.
Basically what we're saying is that we want to ask you for prayer.
Well, pray that God would ask you to give us your money. It's so easy to give. We just ask if you think about us in prayer after you've given, just ask that we would daily pick up our cross.
Yeah. Room service.
With that prompting, we have a response. We've seen something like this even bigger. Any other thoughts? Yeah, John.
The phrase that comes to mind is false prophets.
False prophets.
That they're expounding all this allegedly virtuous stuff, and it's all based in selfishness and, oh God, do service,
False prophets, because it's based in selfishness. What else?
It's so transparent. I can't understand how they think what they're doing is in any way, shape, or form God's word or helping anybody. I don't get it. Excuse me? Yeah. No, I know it's fiction. I'm just saying.
Well, right, this is a comedy, right? And yet, comedy is often based on real life. Important clarification here, right? Because it's not real, it's a spoof. So the danger for us is what? Not recognizing, falling in with that. So let's unpack some of the things that might not exactly be what Jesus had intended when Jesus said, witness to my people or make disciples of my people. Self-serving. We've named that. What else, Pat?
Well, I think the biggest thing is a heart for mission.
Not so much a heart for mission.
Ourselves. Yeah, instead of ourselves.
Right. Because a heart for mission looks like what?
Following Jesus.
Following Jesus, who might not have been.
Wouldn't have the Perrier.
Wouldn't have the Perrier, right? Or the fast car, right? Right. I think one of the most glaring pieces for me was the ongoing power dynamic. The pool boy and the jet ski guy and the room service person, right? And the diving instructor, right? Power over from a hierarchical place. We talk a lot about ministry with, not for, as if they need something, but rather being in relationship, learning, right, what someone might need. So it might require that they not stay at the resort, right? What's the date?
They're asking for money.
They're asking for money. That's not unfounded, right?
They're asking so that it takes care of them.
They're asking so that it takes care of them, so that they can do their work, right? So that they can continue to witness in these places. Now, we know this is far-fetched, right?
No.
If it's not, Jimmy Swagger, if you don't spend money, I'm gonna die. Like, all the guilt that some of these televangelists use. It's ridiculous.
Interesting. Guilt, fear, not familiar.
I think it's a cautionary tale for all of us, because at times we can get wrapped up in the minutia of the planning and all the things we've got to get done to help other people, rather than focusing on the people and what they need.
Beautiful. We can get very caught up in the minutia and the planning and the doing it perfectly right, rather than just going and doing the work, being with, building relationship. Robbie?
What really struck me about this particular spoof was that, the mission for me in this seemed to be just reinforcing a certain socioeconomic standard that was very white and very limited, and there was no risk-taking, and there was no relational dynamic in this core view of mission, and it seemed to be just the church of the church of the middle class reinforcing certain values.
Thank you. So, the church of the middle class, reinforcing values that we've sort of continued to perpetuate, right? Nancy?
It really illustrated a misuse of technology and social media to drag a lot of people into believing something that really isn't true.
Can you say a little bit more about that? Believing?
Well, believing in good, believing in who is a leader, believing in representative of what God really wants to do.
And back to sort of that idea of false prophet, right? Continuing to, well, no, that's it.
Well, if it's on the internet, it must be true.
Right, there you go. If it's on the internet, it must be true. Yeah, go ahead, Maggie.
Well, like I know for me, sometimes I'm guilty of making a gesture and doing it more out of convenience than say, oh, well, I'm already here, I can blah, blah, blah. And how easy it is to tell yourself, well, I'm already here, so I'm doing my good deeds. Without really setting out to do it, it just kind of happens upon it. And then you convince yourself that what you're doing is really your good intention.
It satisfies the requirement, right? So that when it's convenient, when we're in a place and we find ourselves able to help, we take the moment rather than being intentionally going out and doing the work, sharing a good word. I often say, who's behind you at the grocery line, who's behind you in front of you at the dry cleaners, take those moments, but misused, right? Or if that's it, are we really doing the work that we've been called to do? So,
we're living in the philosophy as Jews, I study now as I do, instead of reading the life of the disciple.
do as I say, not as I do, instead of leading the lives as a disciple. So, is this what Jesus had in mind when he said, go and make disciples of all nations? That we take advantage of our vacations to witness to, the boys who are placed in our path? No, we can agree about that. What's interesting about Matthew's gospel that ends this way, go therefore, out in my name, make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and know that I'll be with you until the end of the age. Earlier in Matthew's gospel, Jesus says, go only to the lost sheep of Israel. And so something changes in the midst of 20 chapters. Something shifts, evolves post-resurrection that says, I'm accessible. Go and tell them that I am with them. Go and tell them that I am with them. So this raises all kinds of questions of what does it mean to make disciples? What does it mean to bear witness? What does it mean to tell them the good news? What does it mean? And I venture to say that each and every one of us is going to have a different interpretation of what that means. Some people are going to say, accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, accept Him into your life, and pray a prayer of repentance, and then go and get baptized. If you can find a place who will do it without becoming a member. I just. Some will say, that love for each other is how the world will know that we are his disciples. So I know what witnessing to the pool boy looks like. If it's love for each other that demonstrates our discipleship. And we've got communion, so we don't have a lot of time to deepen our understanding of this. But my prayer for you for the week is that you'll think about, is sharing the good news top of mind for you? And if so, what does that mean? And once you realize what that means to you, what it would sound like if you shared the good news, is it really good news? Or is it steeped in fear and driven by shame? Because the work that we do here is one of healing, one of grace, one of love, one of hope, one of joy, one of celebration and gratitude for God's faithfulness. And because God is faithful, and because nothing can separate us from that love, we are here. Invite someone into community so that by knowing you or by knowing us, they might come to know Jesus. They might